I can't tell you that it's gonna work for you in 1 month, but anything you do with pure focus, if you notice the magnifying glass with the sun, we all know that. The magnifying glass through the sun will burn the paper. Nature don't lie. If you put a seed in the ground and you just leave it, might not grow. If you put a seed in the ground, you nurture it, water it, make sure it got light, go over here, come back, nurture it, water it, make sure it got light. What is that seed gonna do? So we gotta break this down to the basics, y'all. If you in here, you planted a seed. Now y'all can leave here and go watch Netflix, or y'all can tap in with FFB, and y'all can tap in with Major League, and you can tap in with yourselves. Y'all got a whole crew right here. I can. A little bit louder, come on, I can. I will. I must. I can. I will. I must. All right, clap it up for yourselves, man. So who is Eric? Who is this guy standing in front of y'all today? Real brief history on who I am. I'm from Richmond, Virginia. That's like 4 hours up the road. And you know, I grew up in humble beginnings. I had 2 parents at home. It was a struggle though. It wasn't a lot there. You know, I had a lot of things that I wanted that I couldn't get. You know, I kind of aspired to have those things, but in the wrong environments, right? A childhood experience where, you know, I was incarcerated as a child. I did some juvenile time. I was set to be emancipated as a child because I was getting in so much trouble that my mom and dad just was like, yo, we don't know what to do. That's something that I carried as a child that, hey, I may not be worthy enough to be somebody that could be successful in a corporate environment, right? I ended up going to a federal penitentiary as well. When I got older, I got into some of the wrong things in the streets. I idolized some of the wrong individuals, and you know, that landed me in jail. Wanted to give y'all that brief history because I want y'all to know that the man standing in front of you today was built. I built this guy. Now, I wasn't that successful as a drug dealer, to be honest with y'all. I was kind of struggling. So, let's be real. There's a lot of people out here that won't keep it that real with y'all. You see what I'm saying, right? I went and took the real estate class, and I really was no money there, essentially. I had an SUV, like a Mercury Mountaineer, that had broke down probably a week prior. I didn't even have the money to fix it, so I left it there. And I was driving my sister's Altima at the time, so I went and took the class. There was 75 people in the class. 2 of them were black. I gave it my all. I was getting 90s and 95. The other black person was sitting in the back of the classroom. She was not paying attention, but she was getting 100s on the test. And I asked her on break, I said, how are you able to do this? And so she said, my boyfriend has sent me here to list his properties when he finished fixing them. How many people in here have the thought that you need to make money, you need to have money to make money in real estate? Anybody? So that's what I thought. So when she said her boyfriend fixes houses, I'm like, what is he, a 70-year-old white guy? Bernie Madoff? Like, who is he, right? That day when I looked at World Star Hip Hop, I Googled the guy Jay Morrison, and I also Googled how to get rich. And what I found was personal development mindset is the first step in how to get rich. When I looked up personal development, it told me how to get in rooms with wealthy people or people that are more affluent than me without having any money. And what do? You offer to take them to lunch. Hey, can I take you to lunch? I see you're a successful investor. I'd like to, you know, see if I could just bring any value your way. First off, I would like to just pay for lunch. 9 times out of 10, they're gonna say yes. I asked the young girl, I said, can I take your boyfriend out to lunch? Would you mind asking him? Fast forward, he tells me the story. He was like, bro, she kept bugging me like, this dude is crushing it in the class. Please answer his emails. And he ended up doing that and letting me take him out to lunch. Now, guys, I'm thinking that this is a 70-year-old white man gonna come eat my food. I'm broke. I ain't even eat. I'm looking like Malcolm X at the lunch meeting, and he walks in with cargo shorts, a Redskins t-shirt, and a beard like me. Now, mind you, after I looked at the World Star Hip Hop, Googled the guy, I went to Saks Fifth Avenue, and I was like, where do I get a suit? I need to look like the part, because that's what I'm thinking in my head. This is what I need to look like. Now, I have a suit on today because I choose to have a suit on today. Beginning, I thought that I had to have a suit on. That is not true. And I'm just appalled because now I have actually seen somebody that looks like me, walks like me, talks like me, and I'm just looking at his body language, and this is a real human. So now I've got inspiration because I'm thinking that this guy gonna walk in here looking totally different, but he comes in looking like me. And he says to me, he says, do you wanna follow me buy a couple of my properties? Overwhelmingly, I said yes. He pulls up on me in a white BMW, and he asked me, you ready? He didn't know really what he was asking me. And I said, yeah. I follow him, fast forward the story. We get to the job, the contractors, white guys, they're getting like, oh, the boss is here. This is a young black guy. I'm like, oh my God. gosh, I gotta do this, right? Long story short, he was fixing and flipping, and he told me about a little known method called wholesaling real estate. So what is wholesaling? Wholesaling is more so marketing than it is real estate investing. So I wanna let y'all know that wholesaling is not something that requires you to actually invest in real estate. You need to first invest in yourself. You need to get that mindset that I'm gonna meet failure with enthusiasm. This is a numbers game. You have to go through numbers of people to be able to get to that one person that needs you to work with them. So somebody that you're gonna be able to work with in wholesaling is gonna be a person that's going through a distressed situation and they need to get rid of a house. Let's think about your first car that you got that's sitting on the curb at your mom's house, collecting dust, motor ain't working, can't move it, and it's just sitting right there. Your mom's still calling you about that car. When you gonna come get this car? And then think about if somebody just called you out of the blue and said, hey, you know that car that's sitting over there, that Honda that's at your house that you got, would you think, you ever thought about selling that? Now, you're in a distressed situation because you didn't know what you was gonna do with the car. You weren't even thinking about the car. So when somebody comes to you and asks you, do you wanna sell that car? 9 times out of 10, you're gonna be like, yeah, please take that thing off my hand. That's how it is in wholesaling. You might have somebody that has a vacant property that their parents passed away, they live in Charlotte, but they done moved to New York and got a family in a house of their own. The house, they trying to rent it out, but they don't have time. They working a job. And you call them and ask them, hey, can I buy that house that's vacant that's giving you problems? That's how you are gonna feel a need in real estate, and you're gonna be able to leverage other people's money to purchase or fulfill on that deal and make money for yourself. So let's say you drive around the neighborhood today, you write down all the vacant properties you see. This is the easiest way to make money in real estate with no money. Drive around the neighborhood and take down all the addresses that are vacant, high grass, phone book stacked up on the front porch. Anything that looks like the property's not being taken care of, you wanna get that address. When you get the address, you go home, you're gonna have to go to the county website, the city assessor's website. You can Google that, Charlotte Property Assessor, and it'll show you property records, who owns it and where they live. Their mailing address. You wanna get that ownership name and you wanna get that mailing address to go with the address of the property that you already have. And then you wanna go to something like truepeoplesearch.com and search that person's name and find out their phone number. When you're starting off, you can go and door knock these people, which is more powerful. Ultimately, you wanna talk to them. After that, you wanna be in front of their faces, because when you're in front of their faces, it's better to negotiate. They can see your smile, they can see the type of person you are, and they may wanna do business with you at that point, right? However you contact them is totally up to you. If you want to door knock, like I said, that's a good way. I've done plenty of deals like that. After you've talked to them, you want to set up an appointment to go look at the property if they want to sell. You need to bring somebody with you that knows what they're looking at. So you can go on Craigslist and you can just type in contractors. 9 out of 10 contractors do free estimates. So when you go on this appointment, you can tell them to come, hey, look, I'm about to start selling houses. I might flip this one. So come on with me and I need you to give me an estimate on the repairs needed. Again, mindset. If you sounding shaky and you don't believe it yourself, you don't believe that you about to start flipping houses, he not gonna believe that. So y'all need to be sure about what you're gonna do. If you're gonna step in this lane, get it done. Anything you put your mind to, you can do it. I can promise you that. I never thought that I'd be in front of a group of people talking about anything relevant to any type of success. But I had a shift in my mind. You wanna get the contractors to come out, and you can just, there's a laundry list of contractors on there. If one get burnt out, go to the next one. If you really want to get jazzy, then tell 2, 3 to come out at the same time. That way you guys are gonna learn the process quicker. The first one's gonna come, you're gonna see what he says. The second one gonna come, you're gonna see what he says. And it's gonna start to be like, well, that don't make sense. Well, he taught me something that made more sense than this. Now I'm a little bit more savvy. So now, after 2, 3 times like that, I can walk in the house myself. Well, yeah, that's gonna be that, that's gonna be that, that's gonna be this. We'll get back to you with an offer. After you get the repairs, I'm gonna give you guys a formula. I don't know if you ever heard this, but it's 70% of ARV minus repairs equals your offer. 70% of ARV minus repairs equals your offer, or what an investor would pay. So as a wholesaler, you want to subtract your fee from that, but that will tell you what an investor would pay. Now, what is ARV? After repair value. What is after repair value? Once the property is fixed up, that's the after repair value. So how do you find the after repair value? Who can tell you what the after repair value is based on comps? Anybody know who who runs comps? A real estate agent runs comps. How many people know a real estate agent? Here's a nugget on how you get real estate agents on your team for free. I'm investing now and I'm marketing. A lot of the people that I'm marketing to may not be able to use my services because remember, we need to get it at a discounted price. However, that means most of the people that I'm gonna be marketing to I can't use. So I'll give you those leads in exchange for you running comps for me. How many agents, y'all know agents want leads. So now you got an agent in your pocket. They're doing what you ask them to do whenever you call. So you got your contractors, you got your agents. When you go to these properties, when you do your driving for dollars, you find out the name, you talk to the people, and you go out to the property, you do your estimates on repairs. Now you need to do your ARV. You just ask them, hey, send me 3 comps. They send you the comps, and now what do? 70%. You do your formula. Now you got your repairs, you got your ARV, so you do 70% of your ARV minus repairs. That's what an investor would pay. So you kind of want to take your money off that. In real estate, it's cyclical, meaning it cycles. Every 8 to 12 years, you got up and you got down. On the way up, usually what happens is it's a downtime and the homeowners know it's a downtime, but the investors start to see growth. In real estate, you make your money on the buy. If you buy it right, that's where you make your money. You don't really make your money on the sale in comparison because you can't make money on the sale if you don't buy it right. If you don't negotiate the price and get it at a good price, then there's not enough equity or there's no spread there. If I'm over here flipping 5 or 6 houses, I don't really got time to look for new stuff. So that's why you're always gonna be valuable. Because I'm trying to flip 5 right now, but I wanna flip 10. Yeah, bring me some more. So you valuable. I ain't gonna mind paying you what you want because you bringing value to me. And so that's where you stand as the wholesaler.